Little loophole, I think it's for the safety of our community. I don't think it's a bad thing, but something you're definitely going to have to get used to because a year goes by so fast these days with how active everybody's lifestyles are. Well, hey y'all, Nicole Christopherson with NMC Realty Group, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things that I learned upon relocating to Austin, Texas that kind of took me for a loop. First and foremost, roads have 2 separate names, and people readily use one or the other. There's not one that is primarily used. For example, in West Austin, you have 2244, which is a nice highway parkway that takes you from West Hill Country downtown, and that's also called Bee Cave Road. So when speaking to physicians or establishing appointments for different needs, they would often say, we're off Bee Cave Road. And I'd be like, Bee Cave Road? Well, it's 2244 in my mind. You definitely have to get used to people using 2 separate names for roads, and it doesn't take too long, so don't worry about that. One of the other fun things that I learned upon relocating to Austin, Texas, is that you have to have your vehicle inspected before you can register it annually. Your vehicle can have an inspection no more than 90 days prior to your renewal month. So you have to take it in to a service center, have it inspected, and get a letter of good standing to be able to submit with a code for your auto registration annually. Little loophole, I think it's for the safety of our community. I don't think it's a bad thing, but something you're definitely going to have to get used to because a year goes by so fast these days with how active everybody's lifestyles are. A fun one that sometimes gets you, sometimes doesn't. One year it may, one year it may not, are the allergies. If you are sensitive to allergies, there's a lot of pollen from the cedar trees. So we have cedar fever, we have some cedar and pollen related allergies, but in general, Austin is so lush with vegetation. There's lots of different grasses that grow here, lots of trees, lots of pollen, and so you're gonna need to find what works best for you. It is not impossible, okay? You may not wanna have your windows down in the car during cedar season. You may wanna take some other precautions. It's totally able to be sustained, and it's just gonna take a little bit of figuring out. We've done it, we're living, we love that it's lush and green, and we appreciate the blue skies, so don't let that stop you. Another crazy thing that I've had to get used to, and I call it like my vacation home, right? It's our primary residence. We live in Austin, and it could be sunny, and you could go to the grocery store and you could walk out and it still may be sunny, but it's pouring rain because a huge rain cloud opened up and decided to water the vegetation here, hence why it's so green. Also raining and walking around in flip-flops because the temperature's a little bit warmer, hence a tropical vacation. So go with the flow. It's really laid back, doesn't bother too much, and when it rains, it oftentimes pours. So it's really cool to sit and watch. It's quite entertaining, and I don't think you will find anybody that doesn't enjoy the rainstorms rolling in and rolling out. They often last too long. The final thing that's a nice humdinger, and I keep saying humdinger because I think it's hilarious. I have a second language. I learned Spanish in Spain. I grew up in Southern California. I am used to pronouncing words from the Latin language. For example, Guadalupe. There's an E at the end. There's a street here called Guadalupe. Yes, it still has the E, but in Texas, we don't pronounce that. Be careful if you want to sound like you know what you're saying. It's Guadalupe, not Guadalupe. Another one is Manchaca, which we all know has an A at the end, but they pronounce it Manchac. Fun little things that I've learned over time that I thought would totally help you. And there's even more, so stay tuned for more of our fun little tips and tricks about relocating to Austin and fitting right in. Have a great day, and thanks for joining me.